So the XFL is giving second life to AJ Macaroon. Okay, AJ Macaroon has led his team in the XFL to a 2-0 start. And honestly, guys, we know him when his time in college. When he came out of college, he had a huge stint with the Bengals, the Falcons, and then honestly, guys, he was always a backup. Never really had a light to shine. Now, in the XFL, he's getting a second chance, bringing his team to 2 comeback wins in back-to-back weeks. And honestly, guys, if you guys are watching the XFL, you guys have to watch this guy play, okay? Yes, maybe in the first half, it's very sporadic. When the second half, in the very last quarter, the last drive, whatever you want to call it, he has been putting on a clinic, okay? AJ Macaroon gets emotional after Battlehawks 2-0 start. Now, this is where ex-NFL people or collegiate athletes that didn't make it to the NFL are getting a second chance to play in the XFL here. AJ Macaroon was always a backup, never really had a good foot to be a starter in the NFL, never really had that limelight, never really lived up to the expectations, right? He was always a backup. In his recent interview, he actually stated that being a backup in the NFL is actually decent money. Obviously, you're a millionaire and you're technically not playing, only playing when the front runner or the actual quarterback is actually hurt. But AJ Macaroon actually stopped the NFL. He's not playing the NFL no more to go to the XFL to make sure his kids are watching him play, to make sure his family is watching him play. And that's something that is more meaningful to him than actual money. So right here, so, the St. Louis Battlehawks are off to a 2-0 start in the XFL season after a 2018 win over the Seattle Sea Dragons, okay? And this is the quote that actually started to make a lot of trends in the media. My 6-year-old loves watching tape of me on YouTube. That's a big reason I chose to return this way. And even Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson tweeted this, okay? You saw him. He gets here very emotional. Week 1, he was also emotional as well. So this just kind of shows you that these players, even though they're professionals, or doesn't matter if you're in the NFL or the XFL, like these people are human. And Dwayne Johnson tweeted, "This is what the XFL is all about. He took a pay cut when we can identify or why we do what we do. Incredible comeback from behind win for the Battlehawks led by AJ Macaroon." Okay, now I do want to tell you guys how big this guy is. Now, is he the MVP of the XFL? We're going to look at the stats in just a second. But it's just pretty interesting and just pretty darn fun to see how this guy had all these expectations coming out of college, all these expectations, signing the first round rookie bonus and all these, getting a whole bunch of money in the very beginning, to not playing and now basically almost being the MVP of the XFL. Right now, let's take a quick look at the stats. His team is the Battlehawks, and right here, again, yes, there are not that many teams in the XFL, but his Battlehawks are number 1 in passing, number 1 in rushing, number 1 in receiving, and number 1 in scoring, and number 1 in converting first downs. Okay, that's the type of offense AJ Macaroon is carrying as of now. And you know what? Let's take a step further. Let's even look at the player stats. Okay, his passing. AJ Macaroon is number 3 in passing right now in the XFL, which is pretty darn good. 374 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 18 first downs. It is what it is, all right? Maybe he's not putting up these higher numbers, but he's making wins. He is undefeated in his team, and we can even look at the standings. He is in the XFL North. He's tied with the number 1 defenders there. The Battlehawks are number 2. Seattle Sea Dragons are 3, and the Vipers are 4. In the XFL South, you can see there's only 3 undefeated teams left, which is the Defenders, the Battlehawks, and the Roughnecks. Okay, so I actually think AJ Macaroon may rejuvenate his NFL career if he does decide to come back to the NFL after this XFL season, just to see what happens, right? But you can actually see he does show a lot of happiness. He is happy doing what he is doing, and he wants to be, a person that actually does play. Now, can he have another chance in the NFL to play? I actually think so. If he continues this path and maybe even bring the Battlehawks a championship in the XFL, I do see him playing in the NFL probably next season. There are a lot of teams that are in dire and are desperate for a quarterback. So maybe AJ Macaroon could come back maybe mid-season or right before the season starts, pick up where he left off, and actually make a huge impact to any NFL team that are desperate for a quarterback. But let me know what you guys think. Is AJ Macaroon going to be the MVP of the XFL? May he come back to the NFL? What are your thoughts? Please remember to subscribe down to the channel, hit that like button. See you guys next time. Peace and love.